Hey, good morning from the Warehouse of Dreams. I'm going to start doing a little interview session here. We'll let some people hop on. We'll take some time letting people get on. But I've got a special guest with me today. And once some people start hopping on, we'll get started. I've got a fitness business. I own a CrossFit gym. And I'm getting on here to kind of share information, share some motivation, and just get people fired up about changing their lives. So we'll just hang out for a couple more minutes, see if anybody else hops on. If I got one person on right now, so let me know where you're at. Are you at work? Are you in the U.S.? Are you in a foreign country? We've got a gorgeous July day. It's actually pretty cool today. I don't think it's even 70 degrees. So wherever you're at, let me know where you're at. Just type into the chat. I do like to know who's on here. I've got some regulars that come on. I've got a friend Debbie, another friend T&K, and Rock Troll sometimes hops on here. But we'll just get started. So we're doing Between Two Barbells with my special guest, Amy. We're going to let the F-bombs fly, so warning for people watching the replay, this may not be safe for work. And here we are. So here's my special guest, Amy. She's been training with us for, God, 6 months? 5 months? 6 months? 6 months. Awesome. And this framing's not so good. We do have 2 barbells set up.
Oh, nice.
So Between Two Barbells. So this is my friend Amy. Thanks for coming on, Amy.
Thank you, Dean.
The pretty and profane Amy. So type in there, does the sound come out all right? Hopefully it sounds good. Give me some hearts. Give Amy some hearts. And we'll get started. I actually have a little interview sheet here with some questions for her.
Nice.
So just so you guys know, we're at a CrossFit gym. Amy's been training here for 6 months. And so let's get to know Amy. So who is Amy? What was your career? What's your family situation? Hobbies? What do you love to do?
I am married with 1 daughter. She's 13 years old. I'm a retired New York State Trooper.
Yep. Awesome.
I like to ride motorcycles. I like to work out, which wasn't always the case.
Yeah. Cool.
Like being outside, you know, anything outside. I'm pretty good with that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Can you give me some hearts if the sound is good? Just tap on your screen if you can hear us. No hearts? Do you need us? Do you want us to move closer so you can hear us? Tap on the screen if you want us to move closer, so we can bring it in. I might just bring it over,
Okay.
just so we can hear it better.
Sure.
All right. So you're a retired state trooper.
Yes.
What led to the retirement? Can you tell us about that?
I was involved in an on-duty accident, car accident. I was a training officer, and I had a recruit with me, and we were going to a domestic, and lost control of the car at a high rate of speed, and I crushed my right ankle.
Yeah.
So, you know, that happened in '99. And from then on, I never was able to go back to work after that. They couldn't rehabilitate it to the point where I could go to work. So, you know, it was pretty much life-altering for me. So.
That's pretty tough. So did they fuse the ankle? How's the ankle now?
Eventually, they fused the ankle. So I have no mobility at all in my right ankle. So it eliminated a lot of the pain. But it created a whole separate set of problems for me.
Sure.
You know, since I have no mobility, I can't wear any shoes with heels. When we go to do squats, I need to make an adjustment under the heel of my shoe for a squat. Just little things like that.
Sure.
That, you know, going up and down stairs, which foot you lead with, sort of has to, you know, require some thought.
Yeah. Cool. And so what was your exercise routine? And you were pretty active before the accident, before the injury. What happened after the injury?
Before the accident, I was a big runner, ran a couple marathons, ran every day, worked out every day just to stay in shape for my job. Once the accident occurred, I had probably 10 to 12 surgeries in the first 18 months to try to get back to work. So I didn't have a lot of time to start working out again. It was just pretty much rehab after rehab after rehab. Because they couldn't get the ankle where they wanted it to be, and there had been so much damage within the joint itself, I wasn't able to start running again.
Sure.
So I was, I guess really resentful because of that. So I just sort of thought, well, fuck it. If I can't run, I don't, what am I going to do? I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. F-bomb number 1.
I know, sorry.
I need a counter down here.
Sorry.
No, that's good.
But I couldn't, I just didn't want to ride a bike. I didn't want to do an elliptical. I don't want to be inside staring at a TV screen.
Sure.
It's just not what I like to do.
Sure.
So
you started us 6 months ago. What was, if anything, what was your exercise routine like before you heard of us, before you started working with us?
0. That's easy.
Absolutely
I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. Once in a while I would think, okay, I want to go for a walk. I'd walk one day and then be so sore that I'd let it go for a week or two, and then maybe I think I'd walk another day. But really, I didn't do anything. When I came in here, it was probably almost 20 years of doing nothing.
Wow.
Just sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah. So you mentioned when you were walking you'd get sore. Where were you getting sore?
Really, like my feet, my knees, my hips, my lower back. Because of the fused ankle, I sort of walk with a funky gait. So, that would, once a week I'd go to a chiropractor, get everything adjusted from really the knees up. And something like going for a walk would totally throw that off.
Sure. Okay. So how long did you know about our gym, Cooperstown CrossFit, before you actually walked through the door?
Well, I have a friend, Rob, who comes here, and he happens to cut and color my hair. So, about maybe a year, a little longer ago, he said he was starting at Cooperstown CrossFit. And I was like, well.
It's actually been 2 years.
Has
This
it?
August will be 2 years.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, good for you. Whatever works for you.
Yep.
So I didn't really, I didn't give it much thought until 6 months ago. I went in to get my hair cut, and I just walked in and thought, holy shit, you look amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he just is like a different person. So that was it. I took one, he's like, well, this is what I do, it's what I do, you're either going to go or you're not going to go. And I was like, I got to go. Yep. So he got done with my hair, and I drove right down here, walked in the door, and said, Rob sent me, help me. Yep. So.
Cool. Was there any fear holding you back? Like when you were making that drive, how did you feel?
Yeah, I was really apprehensive about it because I had been out of it for so long. Sure. And there was a time before this location that you were on Main Street, and I remember walking by there a couple of times and looking at it, and I was like, no way, I'm not going in there.
Sure.
So it's really just the fear of something new, starting something new. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to think. So I just, I finally just said, fuck it, I got to do something here. I'm not helping myself sitting around doing nothing. And now that my daughter's older and more active and in sports, I mean, I'm just, I'm 48 years old and I have a body of a 60-something-year-old. Sure. So I just, that was it for me. That was it. Walking in and seeing Rob that morning, I just thought, that, I mean, he's older than me. Yeah. So.
Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So that motivation kind of tipped the balance of the scale.
Absolutely.
From fear to.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's go do it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Seeing him, it was like, that's it. Yeah. That's it. I'm done. I'm done making excuses. Sure. I'm done. I just got to go. I just got to do it.
Awesome. So we got you in here, we did an assessment of where you're at, what your abilities and limitations were, and we got you moving through the workouts. And you were moving really well, really quickly. When did you first notice improvement, whether it was weight loss, strength, mobility? What was the first thing that you noticed that was different, and how long did it take?
Oh, I mean, really, immediately, I felt better. Just overall better. Mm-hmm. And I started to lose weight by the end of the first week, I noticed probably 4 or 5 pounds
Wow.
that I had lost. And, you know, I just found that working out also motivates me to eat better. You know,
Sure.
because I put in all that work, I don't want to waste it and, you know, go home and eat a bunch of shit. So I really tried to be really good about that. And as far as the mobility goes, it took a little while just to get, I think, loosened up. But once I did, it came fast, really fast. I mean, really by the end of the first couple of weeks, I just couldn't believe overall how much I felt better. No aches, no pains, it just, I mean, you know, I ached after a while, but it was that kind of good, you know, I felt like I did something workout ache, not, oh my God, my knees are killing me kind of ache. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you felt better, like that was the first thing you noticed. What were you feeling better, energy level or attitude or confidence?
Everything. I have a little bit of a problem with depression, so when I don't do anything, that doesn't help. You know, I really need to burn off a lot of the negative energy I have going on in my head. So that helped with that immediately.
Awesome.
I had more energy. Like I said, I was really inspired to just eat better and take care of myself, and you know, and to come back. That's what I thought. I thought it wasn't one of those things where, like with a diet or something, I put in 4 or 5 days and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just didn't feel like that. You know, it just really motivated me to get back in here and keep doing it because I saw and felt results immediately. It made a big difference.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what were your goals when you started? What did you come in here wanting? What did you want to achieve? Weight loss? Just feeling better? What was your motivation? Like, what was your goal?
My initial motivation was really just to lose weight. That was what I want. I was just putting on a lot of weight and really uncomfortable in my own skin, and I just, you know, as much as I watched what I ate, it would plateau and I couldn't get the rest of it to come off. And, you know, I know enough to know that I have to start doing something. I have to start moving to make that happen. And so initially it was really just all about losing weight. You know, that was my motivating factor.
Cool. Have you achieved that goal?
And then some.
Really?
And then some. I've lost about 16 pounds as of this morning.
And how tall are you, Amy?
5'2".
Yeah. So 16 pounds on a 5'2" frame is that's a lot.
Yeah. And it, you know, I just can't believe how much better I feel. It's unbelievable to me, and I feel so much stronger. You know, to me, now that's become my priority. It's not so much about the weight loss, it's about becoming a stronger, better person inside and out. So, you know, the weight loss just, you know, it's sort of leveled off, and I'm great with that. You know, I'm eating what I need to be eating, and I'm working out, and I have enough energy to do everything I want to do.
Great.
So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How has your life changed? I mean, you've lost the weight, but there's probably been other things throughout your life. You mentioned depression and things like that. I mean, have you noticed like your relationships with your family have improved? I mean, how has your life changed?
Absolutely. I mean, really, every part of it has improved. I want to go out more. I want to do things. I want to participate in things. And I feel like I can. You know, before I don't know if I sort of talked myself into being a victim of the injury or what it was. But I don't have that anymore. I really feel like even though my life is very different now, you know, I don't have my job anymore and I don't have those things. I'm very, very happy with where I am.
Awesome.
Yeah, as far as my fitness level, my family, you know, I just can't think of one thing. I mean, everything needs to improve always, but I'm pretty happy with every aspect of what's going on right now. Yeah, I don't have a lot of complaints.
Did you expect you know, yeah, you're going into exercise, but did you expect it to impact so many other facets of your life?
No, no way. I just thought, I'll go work out an hour a day. I can do that. Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. Life goes on.
Yeah.
I really didn't anticipate it being such an entire life-altering thing. Yeah. And it really is for me. I feel so much more up and positive. I just want to tell people what I'm doing and come with me, and it's exciting for me. I like it. It makes me happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy having you here. Is there one development that surprised you the most? Like, is there one thing? Maybe you've got pull-ups now. But like, what is the one thing that surprised you the most?
What surprised me the most is, I remember in '92 when I went through the State Police Academy, being able to do all the strict push-ups and pull-ups and those sort of things. And, I was, I think, 24, 25 at the time. It was really surprising to me to get those things back. I don't know why I thought, at 48 I wouldn't be able to get those things back, but I never in a million years even went there thinking it would happen. Yeah. So, the strength that's come, and really the upper body strength, that was a big, big surprise for me.
Cool.
Really big surprise.
Awesome.
Yeah, pleasant surprise.
I like it. So what are your goals now? You've come a long way in just half of a year. What do you see for the next 6 months, the next 6 years?
Well, for me, personally, this is my life now. I always see myself doing this. I can't imagine going back to the person I was, just 6 months ago.
Sure.
I don't want to be that person.
Great.
And the older I get, like it or not, the harder it is to move and to get up and to do the things I used to do. And I don't want that to be me. Yeah. I don't want to be one of those people. So for me, this is an everyday thing. It's just part of my routine, and it will continue to be part of my routine as long as I'm able to do it.
Sure.
And with that also comes the nutrition, because again, I work really hard in here, and I'm not going to go out and eat the cake that I used to eat, and the chips, and the, cereal out of the box. I did a lot of that, so I try not to do that anymore.
Sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes.
I've got a couple people on here. Do you have any questions for Amy? We'll open it up, a little Q&A. Do you have any questions for Amy or myself? I'll relay those to her. We'll stay on here for just a couple more minutes, but that's fantastic. I really appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
Can I get some hearts for Amy? Just tap on your screen, give Amy some hearts. If you've got access to your screen, just tap right on it and you give her some hearts. But yeah, type in if you've got any questions for Amy. We're on here just discussing, she's training here at Cooperstown CrossFit, figuring out where she was before she started training with us and where she is now, and then where she wants to get to, and how it's impacted her life, and what's improved, and what can continue to improve. So that's what we're on here discussing today. So if you got any questions, type it in. We're going to put this up as a replay. I'll put it up on my YouTube, and then if you have any questions later on, if you watch this, let me write it down so you can read what the address is. But you can contact me, Dan at CooperstownCrossFit.com, if you have any questions for me. And then if you have questions for Amy, I'll relay those to her as well. And we might try doing this again at a different time frame, just to get more interaction with people. But yeah, if you've got any questions, can you read that? You can reach me, Dan at CooperstownCrossFit.com. Okay? So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to let Amy off the hook. And we might, would you want to do this again some afternoon?
Absolutely.
We get together and go over it again.
Yep.
And I'll probably have some new questions for you at that point.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hearts for Amy.
Yeah.
We'll be on again maybe in a couple days. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you later.